Our coverage continues on a major shakeup in the world of late-night TV. ABC announcing yesterday that it will pull Jimmy Kimmel Live from its schedule indefinitely. This follows similar decisions made by Nexstar and Sinclair, some of the country's biggest television station owners, who said they would preempt the show on ABC-affiliated stations in protest of comments that Kimmel made on Monday night on the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. This move is now raising big questions about free speech, politics, and the future of late-night television. Joining me now to break down this late-night debate is Brian Steinberg, a senior TV editor at Variety, who's been covering this story. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's get right into it. This is pretty unprecedented. Can you walk us through how all of this unfolded?
Yeah, it's my understanding that last night, Nexstar, which is, as you mentioned, one of the largest TV station owners in America, they are very big in markets like New Orleans, Nashville, Salt Lake City, decided and informed Disney that it was going to preempt Kimmel going forward in protest of these remarks made about Charlie Kirk. That's a big chunk of distribution for the show. And Disney, I think, and saw that it thought it would take the temperature down by taking Jimmy off the air for a couple of nights at bare minimum.
Unprecedented move, or have you seen this before?
It is not the norm for sure. It's surprising. I don't think people sacking a late night host in this fashion over comedy that is expected, that he's done before. Been on ABC for more than 2 decades. They know this guy. He's well tied in with them and their talent roster. It's surprising.
Now, it seems to be a clear political divide in the interpretation of whether taking him off the air in this way was appropriate, was the appropriate response. So what arguments are being made for and against that decision?
Well, I mean, it is a chilling of you hired this guy to make jokes about current events. He did so. What is the issue? At the same time, Disney is famously averse to, being in national debates about culture. They've been there before, certainly. And in this current moment, when the Trump administration and the FCC will move in on companies like Paramount and Comcast and Disney, perhaps executives felt better to just take temperature off the board and get out of the situation.
So the ABC basically saying that they would preempt the show, or the company said that they would preempt the show on ABC affiliated stations. Is it unusual to see this kind of public pressure from from these parent companies?
It is. I mean, look, there's been controversy in the past. NYPD Blue, a famous police show many years ago, many affiliates didn't want to air it. It had more nudity or more that not full nudity but side nudity over many years. It caused a furor, it caused a sting, but the show was so good, everyone put it back on the air. Kimmel is well liked across a broad swath of audiences, but there is more pressure on late night shows. These programs are not the economic powerhouses they once were when Johnny Carson was sitting in the chair at NBC. They reach smaller audiences. Younger people can watch the clips on YouTube and social media outlets, and it's harder to make money off this stuff. So the shows were less defensible because they make less money for the parent company.
Pressure's coming from the FCC chairman calling for the removal of the talk show host. Where do you think that's going to land?
I think Americans still like free speech. They don't like the government telling what they can and can't hear. Remains to be seen. There is look. This is an era where people who feel compelled to yell can do so at any moment with the push a button on their phone. So there is naturally pressure and noise. Disney, I suspect, is going to try and navigate through that. Kimmel's deal is supposed to be up in 26, his next contract. And could this add some elements to that discussion? Certainly. Is he feeling like he wants to go forward and do this if Disney's going to, act in this fashion in the future? Probably some frayed, tense talks are up ahead, but I think Disney will have to keep him on the air and keep things going.
Going back to the incident itself, what potential consequences could you see ABC or the local affiliates facing if no action was taken?
Well, I mean, in his era, when affiliates have strong voices, the way you get programs like Jimmy Kimmel and Grey's Anatomy out to the public is via local stations. So if the groups that own them are upset or angry, that voice has to be taken into account. So I understand the pressure, and it's a reasonable amount. And Kimmel may have to apologize or soothe frayed nerves next time he goes back on the air if he gets there. So it's something to watch.
Brian, do you see this as a turning point for late night TV, or this sort of, the delivering the monologues and that tend to smack of politics? Do you see this as a turning point?
Well, these shows are under more scrutiny than ever. As I said, they reach smaller audiences. They've gone after more hot talk and political conversations than they used to with Colbert, Seth Meyers, Jon Stewart. So I think there is some part of Americans that would like to go. They used to watch those to go to sleep. They used to be soothed to sleep, and it was less hand wringing and anxiety provoking about talking about, you see like poke a light joke at the president, and that would be it. Now there's more hot political talk that gets people going on social media, and I do wonder if that strain of conversation or humor is still in favor right now.
I'm going to let you go, but Brian, I got to ask this last question. Broader ramifications here for free speech, media companies, and viewers at home. If you had to sum it up, what would you tell us?
It's of concern. I don't think people are taking it lightly. It is disturbing to see a large media company undermine one of its major talents with a snap of the fingers.
Brian Steinberg is senior TV editor at Variety. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you.